And just like every other time, we are back. My name's CHARBEL, MILAN. Today we got
Agent DOOLEY,
William Rivera,
ALEXIS, MONTOYA.
and this is episode 6 of the Wi-Fi Lit series here at A Time Shared. First things first, guys. I know you guys were wondering what happened to episode 6. We shotgunned the White Claw. We said catch us at the beach. So we experienced a technical error. Dooley had a factory reset on his phone. Unfortunately, we lost the video. I'm gonna go ahead right now and about this part of the video, I'm gonna just play a snippet of the video that I retained, but we had to scrap the episode, guys. We put in a lot of work. We had a lot of people cooperating with us, and sometimes, you can do everything right and it still sometimes falls through. So before we get going, I just, how's everybody doing? It's been like a month and a half.
Doing good.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we did this. Like
Facts.
I'm slick salty. Dooley lost that last episode 'cause we dropped some sauce on that one, but I'm excited to record this one and talk about the things that we're gonna do in 2021, a recap of this year, and I also want to get into Clubhouse and talk about how that shit is like gonna be the next big thing, basically.
I'm not even really sure about it, so hopefully I'll learn something about Clubhouse. I just signed up today, so we lit. So hope you can turn up on there. So follow me at Wi-Fi Money. That's an OG right there.
Yeah, follow me at ecom. You already know how to secure that at name.
My shit is at reselling. So just know I'm going.
So we all got 5 ads, bro,
How does
for
no
being
one
early.
have good
Every time
It's
I'm
early.
names
It's early.
Yeah, catch me at CHARBEL, one and only.
Oh shit.
Hi,
No
man.
one else has it, inspired by Will, so we're lit. All right, bet. So here's the thing, guys, right? Last time, even though we lost the episode, we had a good conversation going and it was talking about a lot of the mindset that goes into, living a successful life, no matter whether that's financial, emotional. It was all about the mindset. And I felt like, we were on a rooftop. For anybody that doesn't know, we had a nice pool setting. We were at the beach. Shit was great. And we were just talking about mindset. And I feel like it's good to kind of recap on that because it's the end of the year. It's that time of the year where everyone's kind of looking back, evaluating what they did during 2020. It was a tough one for everyone, but, the hustlers survived. So just recapping real quick on 2020, if we want to touch some highlights and just kind of talk about how you can go into 2021 with the right mindset and carry it. Because I know a lot of people, they always start the new year strong and then it doesn't last.
Well, I would definitely say 2020 was one of those years where it was like a curse and a blessing. Because it was like, here comes like a train, right? Out of nowhere, which is COVID. And then it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to like take the hit or are you going to move out the way, right? So there was a lot of people who took major hits, but there was a lot more people that moved out the way. And it brought out like a different characteristic between us and multiple other people online. Like it really proved to some people like what they were really capable of. So I feel like 2020 overall, it was just like one of those years where you didn't really expect this to happen, but like so much great things came out of it. You know what I mean?
Do you think it was kind of needed? Like it kind of like things were kind of accelerating so fast that we needed to slam on the brakes and really see, what we had secured?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I feel like that it was definitely needed, and it basically, I don't know how to put it. Like it brought out characteristics of people. I guess that's all I could really say.
Yeah,
What would you say?
I saw a lot of people winning this year. Like despite all the tragedies and everything that happened, I saw a lot of new businesses come up out of nowhere, blow up. I saw existing businesses have record years. Actually, a lot of like the people that I follow and my mentors, they had record-breaking years this year. And I think that's for most people that are doing e-commerce or like selling digital products and stuff like that, because this year, although like he said, it was kind of a curse, it kind of opened people's eyes to, you can't be so sure about just one stream of income. Like you got to be innovative, and you got to be able to adapt in any situation. And I feel like the people that were able to adapt this year are the ones that ended up winning. So that was kind of like my observation of COVID and 2020, basically.
Yeah, I just think it pushed a lot of people like out of their comfort zone. Like it's not like anyone gained more potential this year. I think people were just pushed out of their comfort zone and were like, it was like a fight or flight type thing. It was like, hey, I lost my job. Like I have to do something. It's not like my job's paying me and, I can just kind of, live comfortably. And don't get me wrong. Like there's definitely people that don't want to be entrepreneurs. And if they just lost their job and they're going through hard times, like I don't wish that, honestly. Like a lot of people think that everyone has to be an entrepreneur or wants to. And even though I think that people should always have a second or third source of income, you know, for the people that were actually affected, it just reminded me how blessed I was that like, I was like, what if this was like my last year where I was about to just get all my money from my job and get ready to go into entrepreneurship, and this hits me and now I'm set back 2 years. I was just so blessed that I was in a position where not only did I survive COVID, or am I surviving it, but I was able to capitalize on it. Like, you know, we all have programs. So people were looking into alternative ways to make money. And we were, you know, in a way, being able to source that for them, being a solution for them. So I think that's why it pushed all our sales insane, because it showed the whole entire world, hey, I really need another source of income. And we already had our businesses in place to kind of feed that audience. So, man, it was a blessing, and it was just interesting to see the whole world like acknowledge a travesty and kind of react to it. So definitely interesting.
So I want to touch on how it affected real estate in a second, but I really like what you said that, and I know this applies for both of you guys, whether it's reselling online or e-commerce, and I want to kind of, you know, really touch on this in more detail. So do you think it was the fact that people were forced to go online that kind of caused them to figure out, you know, it's kind of better to go online? Or do you think it's because people were forced to go online that they had to innovate and then kind of get comfortable? Because I know a lot of people who are using Instacart, they're not even going grocery shopping. People are using Uber Eats. People are buying everything on Amazon. I know some people that did all their Christmas shopping, didn't leave the house. So it's kind of like, I saw that ad that Ty Lopez had where he was like flashing back to his videos in 2016, talking about how it's all going to go online, or if it crashes and if. And no one really thought it would happen, right? And then all of a sudden you have it happen in the weirdest way. It's a virus. It's like almost, it's an incentive to stay inside. Like, I want to stay inside, right? So do you think that is ultimately what kind of allowed e-com to grow, that it was needed in a time of crisis, or that it was utilized during a time of crisis?
I think e-commerce has always been needed, but this year it made a lot of like brick and mortar companies realize like, wow, like online really matters, because now I can't even open my stores. But, you know, the businesses that already had e-commerce in place and were already primarily getting their customers from online, they weren't impacted that much. So like DOOLEY said, like I really had times where I would reflect of my life and be like, dang, like we're going through a tragedy right now, but my life hasn't really been affected in any way. Like I'm going about every single day the same way as I was last year, because all of my business is online. So COVID didn't affect it at all. Like it kind of just increased it. So like Amazon had record-breaking numbers this year. All Amazon sellers made more money this year because people had to shop online. All the businesses that didn't go out of business, it's because they adapted and they started going online. You know, these restaurants that had to close down, they got on Uber Eats to make money. My boy Corey that owns a restaurant, he had his record-breaking month during COVID, and that was with him completely closed and just doing online orders. So I think people this year, they were forced to go online if they wanted to stay open, but they also, with that happening, they also realized how powerful e-com really is. I think e-com's just been underestimated for a lot of years until now.
I think it's interesting for you specifically, because you had your best month during a pandemic on a pandemic-related product.
Right.
So, and that's kind of where I was like, damn, like, okay, if anything, business is kind of going better.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're just someone that, I mean, I think of an entrepreneur as just a creator, someone that creates opportunities for themselves, no matter the circumstance, right? So if we're in a pandemic, obviously people can't go to stores, and people want certain items due to the circumstances. And, you know, I was just able to source an item that was wanted heavily. And one of the most trusted websites to buy things from is Amazon. So literally, I went from not being an Amazon seller or never selling on Amazon before to literally my second month, like doing 300K in sales. And that was just all due to taking advantage of the opportunity that people also see as a tragedy, which it is. But I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, you make shit happen out of, you know, just anything.
You don't even like speak negative words like that. Like travesty, you just keep it pushing and find a solution.
It's like what can you do? Like if COVID happens, you know, you can sit there and be mad, sad that this is happening, or you can, you know, make something out of it. You know, I think the difference between entrepreneurs and like ordinary people is that entrepreneurs, they don't really spend time thinking about shit or dwelling on things that they can't control.
Right.
You know, we focus on our businesses because we can control our businesses. And then we're not as emotional because when shit happens, like
Shit happens.
shit happens.
Yeah,
You know, you gotta
like,
get over it.
Keep it pushing. Like shed one tear and then it's back to work.
I feel
shit.
like that's the best way you could put it because I know between us three is like when we see a problem, it's not like you know, we might dwell on it for a good, let's just say 24 hours, but then 24 hours pass, you already found a solution on how you can figure out that problem. Mm-hmm. So like you know, for me, for instance, when everything I taught people how to make money reselling, right? But everything was in store. Everything was like, you have to go here, you have to go here to get these items. But then once everything went online, I had to adapt myself. So I had to show my students how to do this, right? And then I learned Amazon from you. And then I took that and I was like, all right, well, I don't want to buy from wholesalers. How can I do this through arbitrage, right? So once all these stores opened up, I was able to basically figure that out. And then I taught my students how to do it. And once they learned how to do it, they adapted, started making more money. So it's really like that when there's problems, there's also 100 other solutions to those problems. But like you said, you know, shit happens. And when shit happens, that's it. Just shit happens. You got to figure it out.
So I guess everything went pretty much great in the whole internet e-com world.
Yeah.
How would you say real estate was affected? I know that one's kind of touchy because you're kind of in the multiple hands. You're in the wholesale department, but then you also got a major flip almost completed. How was it?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's interesting because like, even though I like to do a lot of stuff online, you know, like obviously real estate's like the definition of like dirt, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, when we in the wholesale side, like the biggest thing that I saw was as soon as COVID hit, like probably the first 30 days after like blew up or whatever, I saw that a lot of people, like we send out email blasts for deals or whatever, and people were like, you know, people can send like an auto email when you get an email, whatever. It's like, hey, I'm out of town, whatever. They say, hey, I'm not buying any deals for the next 30 days. Hit me up in the 31st day. Like they were literally just saying, hey, I'm not buying real estate. So don't even send me deals. You know what I'm saying? So literally like, we were like, okay, we're fucked. Like we cannot sell deals. You know, we can't assign deals. And, you know, obviously there are going to be some buyers out there. So, okay, cool. We have to get to the people that have big money. Like to us, I'm not going to lie, we were scared for a second, but it was like, okay, someone's buying real estate. And honestly, people are going to be getting rich right now. Like just like in 2008, people got rich. So I'm thinking like the people that got small money, maybe 100 grand, 200 grand, they're not buying because they don't want to risk their money. But the hedge funds, the big boys, they're buying like crazy right now because everything's discounted. Everyone's doing, COVID discount on this property because they want to sell it quick. So that's when we literally sold like the next 5 deals just to hedge funds, people that have $1 million, 500 million literally in the bank chilling. And they were buying even more frequently because nobody else was even competing for deals, you know? So that was our big thing. Our first thing was, okay, move to the people that have more money that are looking to capitalize on the COVID-19 thing. On the flip side, as in like flipping houses, nothing changed too. I mean, honestly, the market is still super hot now, which is just ridiculous. Even like for cars and flight, like people are really spending money right now. And honestly, I think it's because unemployment just hit. I think a lot of broke people got money and then went out and just bought shit, honestly, because there should be no reason why industries are still booming. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. But luckily, you know, selling retail, there's always going to be someone that's going to buy a property. But really the biggest thing that we're having issues with right now is just materials, finding materials, getting materials, shipping materials. It takes, you know, it might take a week to install some floor, or like a day to install some flooring, but it might take 2 weeks just to get that flooring in stock because manufacturers aren't manufacturing as much because they know the demand is lower. So that's really the only issue that we're going to right now, which is like what's holding this up is just going through getting materials, especially custom materials like custom windows. We have a big sliding door in our basement that we have to get custom. It takes a long time. But that's really what I'm saying. Manufacturers are slowing down because there's less buyers. And on the wholesale side, it's kind of gotten back to normal, but the big money people are always going to be buying and even capitalizing on this opportunity. So I think really the people with business structures and systems and with just connections are always going to really survive in the real estate world. You know, there's always going to be a seller's market and a buyer's market where it's hotter, but it doesn't mean it's easier to buy or sell. It doesn't mean it's impossible to do either. So I think if you just keep pushing and having those connections with real buyers, you know, you can always get deals sold, make some money in real estate. So,
You know what I'm hearing? You know what I'm hearing from all three of you guys? Same plan, different strategy. So it's almost like 2020 made you realize that you can have the same goal, have the same plan, but things might cause me to change my strategy. How can I get materials? How are we going to drive traffic? How are we going to still do resale even though stores are closed? So it was kind of like a big year where it was like, okay, the plan's the same, but we got to find a different way to get there.
Exactly.
You guys
it's just obstacles, man. You got to go around it. You got to slide under it in the mud. You got to jump over it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing where people stop. And people like obstacles because it gives them an excuse to give up. They're like, oh, COVID happened. Okay, now I don't feel bad about not investing in real estate. Oh, COVID happened. Now I don't feel bad about not doing e-commerce. You know what I'm saying? People give themselves an excuse to not do things. And COVID was that big excuse. While for us, we're like, this is like literally... Like, we're going to think of this like the fucking Great Depression type thing. So people become millionaires and billionaires during these type of market trends. Like in 2008, people came up. And I'm really, and like right now, like I've never seen more, like Robinhood probably came up, bro. Everyone's buying stock. Like I'm buying stocks.
They had more users than ever this year.
Yeah, like the reason I'm buying stocks is not only because of our group chat, because of COVID. COVID like got me on the stocks, and I've made COVID has forced me to find other ways to make money, which I might have found that out maybe a year or two later, but it sped up the desperation that I had to get some money because I knew that we were in a time that cannot be replicated. Yeah. So it's like I had to take advantage.
God, I just love seeing the numbers change. Robinhood's just kind of like a calculated slot machine.
Bro, it's entertainment for entrepreneurs, bro.
Yeah,
it's just fun. That's why they had the most use. People are bored, so people are just buying stocks.
It's like looking at a text message or something.
Like if y'all peep, the entertainment industry blew up this year. UFC had record numbers in viewers. You've seen the most YouTube boxer like fights ever. That's and it's because people are at home bored. We have a new social media app, Clubhouse, because people are bored. You know, they're trying to do different shit. So like YouTubers are getting more views, vloggers are making more money than ever. You know, it was a year like he said, like people got rich this year, especially the people in the entertainment industry and then in the education industry. It's just something I noticed.
So you know what? We made it. I'll say that right now. We're looking at the 22nd. We made it. Christmas is in 3 days. So right now, I kind of want to just take a moment and capture the energy. There's a lot of potential. We're going into the new year. We're getting done with, a year that was successful, but challenging in a lot of weird ways. No matter what you believe, we got a couple vaccines on the way. And, things are starting to lighten up. You know what I mean? Like we're getting to a point where it's not that things are going to go back to normal, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's almost like you want to have a plan, but 2020 taught you not to have a plan. But going into 2021, what are some of the things that a person should do as far as the mindset goes, as far as setting goals? Because I was talking to somebody who was like, he's a CPA and he has a couple people under him, and he was saying that he's making all his employees work from home for 6 months into 2021. And I was like, I understood why, but I almost felt like it wasn't needed, because if I was him, I'd want to go into 2021 representing bold energy. Like, hey, we're done with that crap. We're back to normal. Do you guys think it's good to be like cautious going into the new year, or should a person just still take themselves 100%? Because I say you should still go 100%. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think you should go 100% and realize that, things might stay like this for a minute. And even if they don't, regardless, you just got to learn how to adapt. And I feel like that guy that you just talked about, maybe he actually realized that he likes having remote workers more than he does having maybe a big office space and people in the office and having to pay for those expenses. I feel like during COVID, a lot of people realized that they actually operate better online. Like online is just the way to go. A lot of people came to that realization during COVID. Chick-fil-A is actually making more money with just the drive-through operation than they were before COVID. And they actually said that they might just stick to that. So
that's crazy.
And a lot of business that happened for a lot of businesses. Like they realized like, wow, going online, we cut expenses and we actually make more money. Yeah. And it's actually faster too. So, I think you should just go into 2021 with just like a winner's mindset. That's another thing I noticed this year. Everyone that I knew that was winning in 2019, they won in 2022. And they're going to win next year and the year after that. Because it's just a mindset thing. Like DOOLEY said, COVID was just an excuse for people without that growth mindset. It was just another excuse for you to give yourself to not win this year. But I mean, if you have a good mindset and if you're like a real hustler, you're going to win regardless of the circumstances and the obstacles.
But what do you guys think about that New Year high? Because let's say fuck 2020 for a second. Every year people have that gym memberships in January. I promise you, gyms probably survive off of the memberships they make in January that people forget to cancel through the year. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has that boost. Like, for example, fucking a podcast. Someone would be like, this is the year I'm going to start my podcast. This is the year I'm going to resell. I'm a wholesale property this year. Like, everybody always has that new energy, but it doesn't carry. So
but that's why I don't believe in like the New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. Yeah. I just feel like it's a way to just procrastinate until the 1st of next year. So like it might be December 2nd or it might be December 22nd. Like right now, there's probably someone right now that's like, you know what? 2021, I'm gonna get fit. But it's like, bro, why don't you just go to the gym tomorrow? Like if you really want to get that fit, like you're just giving yourself 8 more days to bullshit. And that's really all New Year's resolutions is. It's just giving you a prolonged time to procrastinate even more. Like if you really wanted to do that thing that you said you wanted to do, then you would have done it this year, or you would start today or tomorrow. You know, I don't believe in that type of stuff.
I think it's just because our mindset on like success is just messed up. People think that you have to be like, a lot of people ask me like, how do you stay so motivated? How do you whatever? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm motivated, to a certain degree, but really discipline is where you want to be. Like people just love feeling good. At the end of the day, bro, like being happy, whatever, getting money, people just want to feel good mentally. That's the end of the day. Whatever they want to say, that is the core of it. So basically the New Year high is like a free drug of I'm going to feel good because the whole world is putting out good energy. They're putting out awesome memes about being successful and getting a bag. And I feel good because, it's like you're passing go kind of, you know what I'm saying? And you're getting that momentum from social media, people, friends, like the whole environment, like the whole last 8 days is going to be positive memes and let's get a bag in 2021 and I'm cutting off friends and all this other bullshit, right? Right? I'm like, why y'all got bad friends but you gonna wait 8 more days to cut them off? Like he robbed you yesterday but you're gonna wait till December 31st. I don't get it. But
gotta see what you get on.
People just love motivation because it's like the free drug, bro. They don't want discipline. Like I do a lot of shit when I don't want to, but I have to because that's what makes me a winner. If I only did shit when I wanted to do it, I would not be that successful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say every Monday I'm super motivated. I just got to get up and get some fucking money. I have to. I'm going to go broke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, my motivation is not being poor. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to attach my motivation to something that is going to be every single day, then I got to do that. But at the end of the day, I know that discipline is that trait that I'm looking for. I'm not looking to wake up all giddy every day. I'm just going to wake up with the mindset, it doesn't matter how I feel, I got to wake up and do what I got to do because the people that are motivated 3 days of the week, they're only working 3 days. But I'm disciplined 7 days. So I'm more than doubling your effort. You know what I'm saying? People just, they feel like I have to be super motivated to do something and you don't. That's like the biggest myth ever. I go to the gym sometimes and I don't want to, bro. But when I'm there, I'm just there. So I'm going to go lift some weights. I don't always want to be there, but I just do it. And I feel like that's the difference between us. We don't wait for New Year's. We don't wait for all that bullshit, bro, because we know that every day is another day to get better and we got to take opportunity.
Oh, yeah. I feel like 2020 taught me that the people you spend your time with have a way bigger effect on you than you think. And that can be good and bad. And unfortunately for a lot of people, I think it's bad. Because it's like, yo, like I'm not doing shit with my... It's kind of like what Will said, I think, like a couple episodes back. Like, I'm not doing shit, you're not doing shit. Hey, we're not doing shit.
I mean, for sure, bro. I mean,
but like, that's what I was going to say, like, that... I remember before the group chat, before we made the group chat, when we made the group chat, it was like, damn, it made me realize how much work you put in. Made me realize how much work you put in. It made me realize how much work you put in, right? How much effort that you put into the podcast. How much motivation you have every single day. How much time you put into ecom degree, right? And then it was like, damn, okay, everyone's putting in effort. I'm ass if I don't do something today. Like, I'm ass if I'm not 1% better than I was yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Even if it's going to the gym, even if it's eating the right food, just working on REC, whatever, right? So I was saying, like, when it comes to, like, who you're hanging around, in 2021, I feel like everyone should just basically, like, sit back and realize who's in their circle, right? Mm-hmm. And kind of, like, see how can I monetize or have a clean circle and we can all eat together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's like one thing that people should like really do going into 2021, because that shit helps. Like if we had the group chat maybe early 2020, I'd probably be 10 times more up.
Yep. Honestly.
Sure. No, facts.
And that's like another thing. I feel like you ever like see like, you know, when someone's like, you just see them eating on social media, whatever, and you ever see them post something, they're like, damn, I didn't even know you do that. Like you ever, I'm trying to find a way to explain this, but whenever I see someone like putting in like behind the scenes work, it's kind of like, oh, that's why he's up. He's doing some shit that I'm not even doing. Like sometimes I'll see Will doing some shit. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like I should be running ads, or I should be doing this. I should be doing, like, I didn't even know you were doing that. But now that you showed me, I'm understanding all the shit that I'm not doing or I should be doing. Nice. So it's good to be around a lot of people that are showing you the type of things that you have to do to have a certain level of success. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like when you see how they make the food commercials. You know what I mean? Like you see how they like use all the special cameras and get the angle to drop the water, and then you're like, damn, that's how they make that.
That's true. All you see is the commercial. You don't see all the other things that go on behind you. Like, wow, they deserve that success. They deserve that beautiful video because they literally put in more work than I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to like, I mean, on social media, you can literally just tap into so many people's lives and have so many hacks and learn so much shit for free, bro. Like, all my friends are from social media. Everyone in this room, I'm pretty sure I met from social media. Like, it's crazy, bro. People are like, oh, I like my secrecy. Why, bro? What are you doing? You're poor in secret. Bro, like, post something, bro. Meet some people. People are, I like being secret. You're not fucking Jay Leno, bro. Like, why
I hate this shit when people are like, I'm working in silence and shit. Like, no, nigga, you're not. Oh, excuse me. No, you're not working in silence. You're just not doing shit.
Oh,
you know
God.
What I mean?
Oh, God. They love masking that working in silence. Nigga, you working at Taco Bell. And it's loud as out in there. So, damn. No, I love Taco Bell though. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. No, the thing is, I do see a lot of people use that. Like, don't get me wrong. If you don't like social media, like, I don't think you even have to like. I don't think you have to like social media to take advantage of it, though.
Yeah. It's kind of addicting.
I think social media's gotten to the point where it's just too valuable.
Yeah,
and I feel like especially with Clubhouse, bro.
I was thinking about that.
Clubhouse is the most valuable social media app right now.
Really?
As far as like,
wow, that's.
Let's take a moment real quick.
Yeah,
Will put us on the Clubhouse today, bro. Changed our life immediately.
Right now, if you don't have Clubhouse right now, you need to download the app and you need to get an invite before your homies run out of invites. Because I'm telling you right now, I had someone in my DMs saying that he's selling invites for a rack. Like that's how much people want to get invited to that. Because think about it, some people, bro, that like you said aren't on social media like that. They might not have a friend that's in Clubhouse already, and they're literally just asking random people to join because it's an invite only platform.
Oh yeah.
But like,
how many invites do you get?
That's why I kept saying that when
I joined early, so I got 5. Everyone that joins now only gets 1.
Damn, I already invited. Oh, I invited a random nigga. Oh my God.
So like,
yo, that's tough. I wasted. Damn, I told my whole IG feed I'd invite them, so I capped, bro. I'm sorry. I said, hey, text me for your invite. And I don't know how that shit even worked.
But like Clubhouse, bro, whenever you get on that app, there's always a room that's giving out value. Like I think it's the most. It's like entrepreneurs are on that app more than any other app. Like I go on there, bro, and I see like people that I follow that are doing like that own multi-million-dollar businesses in the same room as like other multi-millionaires, and they're just dropping sauce with like 100 people in there, 200 people in there. Like if you're an introvert and you don't want to talk, you don't have to. You can literally join a room with 5 multi-millionaires just spitting sauce, and you can be taking notes, just absorbing the information. You just leave whenever you want. You have the option to raise your hand, ask a question. Like Clubhouse, bro, some rooms in Clubhouse are worth like what people sell like high ticket courses for. Like the value you can get in there. Man, it's crazy organic reach too. Like today I got invited into a room. There was like 80 people. I didn't know anyone in there except one person. One of the dudes, his name's Parrish. Shout out to him. He was one of the moderators of the chat. And he was literally like, oh shit, Will just joined. Let me bring him up here. And he brought me up as a speaker. And I literally just did a quick intro. Like, what's up guys? My name's Will. I sell on Amazon. He told me to drop some sauce. So I dropped some sauce. I left, gained like 30 followers on Clubhouse. Wow, and then immediately had 5 DMs on Instagram of people trying to like sign up to sell on Amazon or for me to like run ads for their brand.
That's
like just
crazy.
Instantly.
See, it's so weird that like the last 10 years, was like music. TikTok came out. Everyone was into these like short releases, like content. But now it's like you're starting to see everybody slow down. We were talking about this before we started recording. You're starting to see everybody slow down, and they want the long form content. They want to hear people talking organically. They want the podcasts. They want to feel like, damn, like I'm having a conversation with no effort. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, music is great. Me and Geraldo were talking about this like a minute ago. Like, music's great, but if I'm going anywhere that's more than 10-minute drive, I'm throwing on the podcast. Just because, like, there's value and constantly. You know, and it doesn't always have to be financial value. It can just be, like, mental game. It can be, like, physical training, or, like, how to set up your diet, and it's crazy how the world is almost shifting into, like, wanting information again. Because we kind of went through, like, a weird dilemma period. All the social media platforms blew up. Like, in the last 10 years, like, holy shit, from 2010 to 2020, technology kind of redefined itself, if you really think about it. And I kind of like that, like, people are starting to realize that there is value. Like, podcasts, Clubhouse, it's the new book. Like, there's value on pages in a library, but you got to go find it. That's what Des was talking about. And, you know, he made me realize, like, damn, he was talking about how, like, they would specifically keep black people, Arabic people, just people that were minorities. They would keep them at a disadvantage by not allowing them to be able to read, because you can't grow, you can't gain the knowledge. It's there, it's on the page, but you got to get it. So it's interesting that the world is shifting in that direction, specifically going into 2021. So how do you guys think that trend can, like, ultimately, you know, describe what's going on in the social climate? Like, do you feel like people, they're at a point where they don't want the quick release. They don't want that. No one's really, I haven't really heard people talk too much about clout, and, like, people want legit results.
I think people have always liked information and learning, but people's attention spans have just gotten shorter. So back in the day, you know, the average attention span was like 10 minutes. Now it's like 9 seconds. It's like shorter than a goldfish attention span. So it's like back in the day, people could sit down and read books, you know, 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. Now it's like people aren't going to sit down and read a book. Most people won't. So we've kind of shifted into the era of podcast and audio books. And it's really, we're still gathering information. We're still reading, but we're just taking it in different, you know, forms. Audio, because it's more convenient for, like, the millennial, like, just younger people. Because like, I know me, like, I always listen to a podcast or an audiobook when I'm driving, simply because I like knowing that I'm maximizing my time. It's like, okay, when I get to the office, I don't want to sit down and read because I got other shit to do. So I'm going to get this knowledge while I'm on the way to the office, instead of listening to music that brings no value to me. So that's kind of how I think about it. And I think everything's really stayed the same. We've just shifted how we gather information, or how we take info.
I think that is hella interesting, though, how, like, stuff is, I feel like stuff before, like, when social media just came out, it was more kind of like wow factor. Like, I want to see cool things. I want to see short videos. I want to see, like, pretty stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, in terms, like, stuff is being more value driven now. Like, people are kind of like, we've seen pretty much all, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can get on Twitter and see a different video every single day. But I feel like people have seen the cycles now. Like, there's a million meme pages, like, that all pretty much cycle the same content. And there's so much content now. Do you notice, like, almost like every meme page posts, like, fake staged videos now? Like, people just love those short 30-second funny videos. But now stuff is moving more towards being value driven. Like, and I noticed, like, Instagram is more just pictures. It's not really value driven anymore. It's just pictures, videos, whatever. Then Twitter was like more like people dropping threads. I mean, people spending maybe 30 minutes to write a thread that'll actually teach you some shit with numbers, results, pictures. And then now Clubhouse, I feel like, is just going to be an exponent of that, where it's like you can literally hear, because when you're hearing someone talk, I think that's going to be the major thing about Clubhouse, is hearing someone talk, hearing their emotion, hearing what they're saying, how they're saying it, how confidently they're saying it from their mouth, and knowing it's live. I think it's going to hit deeper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not what they're saying, it's how they're saying it. So I think people are really going to respect and utilize the information that they're learning from apps like Clubhouse more than just these lifestyle type videos you see on Instagram. Because then you can watch a million of those and not do shit. But when you hear someone give you a game plan, it makes you want to actually go out and do it.
Yeah, and I think it's powerful because people do it in groups. Like, it's usually not just one person speaking in a Clubhouse. It's like one person and then like 6 of their homies who are also like fire, whatever they do. So it's kind of like you're joining someone's inner circle or someone's group chat for like an hour of the day or
That's
2
what I was-
hours
That's
of
what
the
I
day.
feel like it
Because
is.
it's like
Like,
even
lit when
some
you look at it
people
like
they
that.
feel connected to us when they listen to a podcast,
Right.
Especially like me when I'm listening to someone else's podcast, it's like I'm sitting in the room with this person and then they're just dropping sauce on top of sauce, right? So when with Clubhouse, when you have a group of entrepreneurs and they're just spitting all these facts, right? And then some random person comes in that we didn't even know. They come in, they feel connected to us. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna feel connected listening to another person that they don't really get to hear much from. So I feel like Clubhouse is gonna be.
I like that
gonna
you
hit.
brought that up, man. I like that you brought up that people want to feel the emotion. Like they want to hear it. Like it's one thing to be like, yeah, XYZ. But then when you say it, it almost hits people differently. Like no matter what it is, even if there is no value, people want that emotion. Like I was listening to a podcast like 2 days ago, or I think it was like a day ago. And this motherfucker was talking about how he almost killed himself on accident this week because he moved from LA to Jersey and he never had a garage and he cranked his car in the garage and he's just chilling in the garage and he starts getting light and he's like, yo, what's going on here? He didn't crack the garage. So all that shit was just cycling in there and, you know, it was just funny. And I was waiting for something else to upload. And I just remember thinking like, what the hell did I just listen to? But I connected with it so much. I was like, it was hilarious. But it's
yay.
no, I just like
Yay, semi-suicide. But
Hey, yo,
No,
someone
because-
get that live.
no, because really, it's so weird how when you listen to somebody talk about something, it's kind of like what like said, like you feel like you're there, like you feel their emotion. Do you think people want more emotion?
they want emotion, bro, because the thing is, everything's getting played out now. Like people are recycling threads that aren't even theirs. People are saying the exact same shit. People are whatever. But I think when you hear it come from someone's mouth, it just speaks volumes. Like I always kind of make fun of Grant Cardone because I think he's a moron, honestly. But like, people really like respect. Like he really is like a moron, bro. Like honestly, I think he's on crack now. Like he'd be saying some stupid shit, bro. But it's like people in the comments like, yes, our Lord and Savior, because this guy is speaking confidently. He's speaking elegantly. He's got a jet. He's got whatever. Because a lot of times, bro, I promise you, bro, you have a homeless dude that'll give you game on real estate, right? And you just say, what does he know, man? And then you have someone that's a multimillionaire that has 1,000 units tell you the same shit, but because of the already preempt respect you have for them, you're not only listening more and being an active listener, but you already have this presumed respect for them, so you're just acknowledging what they're saying more. So that's why I feel like people can say anything when you're up and you have a personal brand. Since your brand already speaks for itself, anything you say is seen as higher than somebody else, if that makes sense. I feel like when you're up or you're a certain, people see you as a certain
It's just
person.
perceived value.
Yes, the value is perceived as more. You're like, man, this guy's a multimillionaire. He just said that. It's got to be true.
So I don't know if y'all know who Jason Fladlin is, but he's like the person that trained Russell Brunson, who's like the creator of ClickFunnels. He's trained like Tony Robbins, how to do like webinars and like public speaking and stuff. He doesn't have social media, but he's done like 100 million through webinars. And like I was studying him and he would talk about how like when you do webinars, you really got to focus on the intro. Because when you focus on the intro and you tell people who you are and you give them that perceived value and you tell them about your accolades and everything that you've done, the content doesn't matter as much anymore. Because you've already told them that you're a G, basically. So they're gonna listen to whatever you say. The value can be subpar, but you've already established yourself as an authority from the beginning.
Exactly.
So they're more likely to buy whatever it is that you're selling simply because you already established that in the beginning of the webinar. So that's just something I wanted to add. It's true, like that perceived value thing is like very true.
But what does that mean about like the way we take in information? Like we're not even ciphering proper information. We're ciphering credibility as more important than the information itself. Like, what does that say about people?
It means that people the majority of people will always listen to the small percentage of people that will take authority. Like for example, you know, like Clubhouse, for example, as soon as you join a room, those people at the top, the speakers, you're like, all right, yeah, they're fine. Like you're literally,
and you have your
you're listening to
paper
them. And it's like, you may not know any of those people talking, but they're in the speaker category. Like, so you already have respect for them because it's like, all right, these guys are hosting the room. Like they're spitting the value. And then when you click on each one of their profiles, you actually see like their accolades and stuff. And like, I mean, that's really why I got 30 followers. Like, people didn't know me until I joined that room. I literally joined that room, spit some sauce for 20 seconds. I was in the speaker category, so people followed me. They're like, oh, okay, he's up there, cool.
That's so lit.
It's because people think that people that are rich or successful, whatever, are just smarter than everyone. And so they want to listen more because they feel like they're saying something that nobody else knows. But a lot of the time, rich and successful people are not smarter. We're just bolder. We just take action more. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of people, there's probably someone that knows more real estate than me, but I just buy fucking houses. You know what I'm saying? And I might not be the best or whatever, but the thing is I take action on it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the perceived value, I feel like it's really, really huge. That's why, like, part of my brand, like, I like accolades. Like I put 1,500 students on my shit. That basically says, hey, I have hella people that bought my shit. So you should too. Like, think about it. If I'm pitching a course to you and you say, yo, how many students you're enrolled? I say 1. You're going to look at me kind of skeptical. You know what I'm saying? But if I say 1,500, even though it's the same spiel, you're going to say, wow, 1,500 other people did it. So it must be X, Y, Z, even if it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's why people, like I even noticed, like when it's a live that has like 30 plus people are like really active and they're staying. They might go from like 30 to 35 to 25. But then when it's like 7, it depletes down to 1. It's because when the people see activity or they see that other people are interested, they want to, they're like, stay longer. These people are interested. So let me make sure that I don't miss it. It's the same thing when someone has a lot of followers. This guy has a lot of followers and a lot of likes. So he must be doing something right. So now I'm interested. That's why you can go, it might take a year to go from 0 to 5K or 0 to 10K, but it might take 5 months to go from 10K to 30. Because when you have that perceived value, it's so much easier to kind of scale yourself because you already have like, your pitch is already more, I guess just going back to the perceived value, it's always just seen as better or more true or more value, even though it might be the same thing that you think, but you just haven't done what I've done.
So it's almost like, who would you rather operate on you? The doctor that's done 20,000 surgeries or the guy that just graduated?
Exactly.
They're going to do the same thing. Even
if for some reason, I mean, obviously in that scenario, the person that has more experience will more than likely be more experienced. But I'm saying in a world where they have the exact same skill, they went to the exact same school, you're always going to want to go to the person that has a bigger perceived value because it just makes us feel better. We like people with track records.
It's like authors, bro. Like, someone could go and write a book on finance and he's not Jeff Bezos, but because he went out there and wrote that book, like he already has the perceived value because he's an author on that subject. So people are already going to respect him. Like, whoa, you wrote a book, but there might be someone that's low key at the crib that knows more than him, but he just didn't write a book. So like no one cares about him.
So let me ask the question, right? Let me ask the elephant in the room. What matters? What you know or what you do?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, but I feel like no one...
What you do?
I think it's what you do.
What, I mean...
Say what you know.
Doesn't matter what you know.
Oh, shit, we got to split. We got to split.
Because
it doesn't matter...
Let's fight about it.
Yeah, so you don't say...
don't change that. Don't change that.
What you do. I would say both, but I feel like it matters... I don't know. Everybody's different, though, because, look, you could know everything, but like you said, you won't take action, right? Like, he didn't write the book. But then... I don't know. I mean,
it's like,
it's like the quote. I feel like is what you know because if I know everything you tell me, I take that in, I absorb that like a fucking sponge, and then I write it down to where it's like, all right, one day I'm gonna touch up on this. You know, like I take action on that.
But at the same time, like knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is, and I stick by that quote. It's like. Bro, you can learn some shit. Like you can get a degree, but if you don't use that degree, then you're ass. It's just a piece of paper. You can take a course and you can get all this knowledge, and you can pay for like a 50K mastermind, fucking be friends with multimillionaires. But if the knowledge that they give you, you don't do anything with, then it's not shit. So I think it's what you do.
It's always gonna be what you do. Like someone may have the knowledge to buy 10 rental properties in a year, but I may not have that knowledge, but I do. But they buy none. But I do buy 2, even though that's 1/5 of the amount that they'd be able to buy. I'm still making more money because they didn't buy shit. So I think even if I know less than you, if I do more, then I'm gonna be more successful.
You know, that's kind of how I felt when I started the podcast. I didn't have the best setup. I didn't even fucking know how to audio edit it, but I just wanted to do it. You know what I mean? And
Just learn as you go.
You learn as you go, and then you learn that honestly, it's better to learn that way because then, like, I remember, like, you know, just a small example. Like, I remember when I would learn like the slightest thing in terms of audio editing. I'd be like, oh my God, like that's why that other episode sounded like this and I couldn't figure it. And there's some value there because you had the personal experience versus like, you know what I mean? It's like if you drive the Beater and then you get the Tesla and it's just driving itself. You're like, holy shit, right? But what if you just got the Tesla up front? You never really. So I kind of like what you're saying about how like, okay, someone could have the money to buy the whole damn building, but they don't do anything. But then you buy one rental and then you figure out how to turn that into 2 and then 4 and then by the time you're at the same level as them, you're kind of not because you've acquired like actually applied knowledge. Kind of going back to what Will's saying, it's weird.
I think people, and especially now, people are obsessed with knowledge. Like I'm not gonna lie, like social media has opened the freaking floor for people to learn a lot of shit, and a lot of people they're fixed. Like they want to be successful, but they don't want to do shit. But to make themselves feel like they're becoming more successful, they're listening to 8 podcasts a day and watch hella YouTube videos and go do this and go do that because people love the fact that, oh, I watched 8 YouTube videos. Okay, cool. I did something productive. I learned. Don't get me wrong, you did. Like I watch YouTube videos and I learn all day. Yeah. But sometimes that's enough to satisfy them. And they don't want to take the risk and actually apply it. They just want to know, hey, I did something that makes me feel good and I can sleep at night. Cool. And that's why courses are fucking selling off the fucking hook because people want to buy shit. Like sometimes people want to buy stuff just to say I invested in something just for their ego. They never even plan to incorporate it. But they're able to tell themselves, hey, man, I spent $300 for this. Man, that's how dedicated to my craft I am. But don't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people that are like, I think there's maybe over 100 to 200 people that never opened my course ever, bro. Like that's thousands of dollars that I got from people that never even opened it. Not even not applied it. Never opened it.
What is that?
Like,
how?
I would get like some messages where it's like, yo, I didn't even know the course came with a group chat. I'm like, bro, scroll up. There's a link right there. They're like, oh, that shit expired. I'm like, all right, here, send them a new link. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's crazy.
Say? I was just gonna say, like, at that point, it's just a different breed. Like that's something my coach used to say. Like, it's a different breed. It's not taught. It's not something you listen to all the fucking YouTube video in the world. But like, all right, what did that do for you? But then someone could have listened to one YouTube video, got the idea they needed, went out and applied it, and now they're successful. It's weird, right? It's almost like it's kind of like it's exactly what you said. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power.
And what was the other quote you had? It was like the Billie Jean one. Is that his name Billie Jean?
Yeah, there's no such thing as good ideas, just good execution. Because ideas are really not shit, like you could tell me good ideas all day, but if you don't execute on any of them, then they're just thoughts.
Like that shit is so fat. I feel like people really overcomplicate this shit, bro. Like they really think that people that are successful, man, they are so much smarter. They have something that I don't. Like even just living by that quote, bro, will make you a millionaire. Like you have 50 ideas. Okay, great. Take 2 and do them this week and actually do them and see if they work. They don't work. Cool. Next week, do 2 more. Like, I'm telling you, people will get in this dream world. I did too, just having so many ideas. And I'd be so hyped up, like, man, I got so many ideas and I'm so creative and I'm so this. But then I won't do them. And I'm like, okay, my ideas, they're great. But unless I put them into action, I'm not making no bread. So literally, I'm just filling my mind with ideas and taking all this time daydreaming about shit that I've never done. And you see it's pointless. At a certain point, you're like, all that matters, bro, at a certain point is putting money into your bank so that you can have financial freedom. Like, and once you get to that point where you're like, cool, ideas are cool, this is cool, but I have to have a business that has a system that brings in US dollars. And when you think about it like that, you're like, okay, cool, I need to actually start churning some shit, run my first ad, do this, hire people, get an office, whatever. Like, and I feel like 2020 forced me into that like savage mode that I had in 2019. Cause low key, like I was chilling when I got my new whip and whatever. I was cooling, bro. I had some bread. I was kicking it, bro. And then when COVID, I was like, damn, bro, like I forgot how blessed I was. I could lose all this shit overnight if I'm not careful. And it put me back in savage mode. And I've been going crazy ever since. You know what I'm saying? Especially just hanging around you guys in the group chat and just like, damn, Will's up, Lex is up. Bro, I gotta be up. You cannot be around people that are eating that you respect and that respect you and not try to do some shit to catch up.
It's almost like disrespecting yourself.
Yeah, it's like
what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like if your homies are eating and they're dropping all this information, telling you, hey, buy this, hey, do this, look what I'm doing today, and then you don't take that and apply it to yourself, it's like, bro, you're just wasting their time, wasting your
it's
time.
like I'm not posting in the chat anymore. If I'm gonna post all this shit and you guys don't want to apply the value, then there's no point even posting. That's why I like we'll be like, yo, man, this shit, we should buy this shit. Next second, we got 1,000 in this shit. Or we running this ad, or we doing this. Like, I like how our group chat is very action oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I hate that. Sometimes I hate that though, because it'd be like sometimes I won't look at the chat for, let's just say, 3 hours. Scroll up. Will's like, yo, buy XRP. Next photo, 1,000 XRP. Yo, look at my portfolio. I'm up. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn. I was like, I'm lacking.
That's how I felt when you sent the ledger. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, this exists. I literally hopped on and got it. I was like, fuck it. Like, someone can't hack me and take my shit. I'm going to just buy a product. Like,
and it was just like with Dooley, when I was selling patio heaters, sent a screenshot. Dooley hit me up. He's like, yo, I need patio heaters. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I tried to. I was in talks with the supplier trying to get him some patio heaters.
Like, we were ready, bro.
It was like the Clubhouse thing today, too. We did one group FaceTime. Yo, Clubhouse lit. Everyone got accounts now.
Oh, God. And we were coming out.
Everyone got 5 usernames.
Oh, God, bro. Like,
that shit is funny.
Like, we need to even expand. Like, imagine this group like times 2. Like, just imagine all the shit that would be going on, all the ideas, it's just crazy. But I've had group chats where we just talk about shit all day and don't do it. So I like how our group is very action oriented. Like, if you don't do shit, you're ass, bro. If you're not at the gym, you're ass. If you're not working, you're ass. If you don't have sales by 2 a.m., you're ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's like an ego thing or a pride thing. It's like, my boys are up. I got to get up just to be
what
able
I
to
really
post some
love
shit.
is like when I think I'm up, I'm not really up. Because like I'll wake up, I'm like, hey, man, I'm 700 profit. And then I'll just like see something you post or will post. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm really not up.
Yeah,
like, more work today.
It's always the second Will hops in the chat. We'll be doing great. The three of us are having the best conversation ever. Will sends a screenshot like, damn, I'm ass.
we're chilling. We're like, bro, I'm having a great day today. I'm up. Will's like, yeah, I'm up 20,000. And I woke up at 2 p.m. I'm like, go back to bed, nigga. Like, it's crazy though. But no, I love it though. I love being able to see people doing better, making more money, doing certain things to a higher level, bro. Because I've always been in a position where like, I feel like I'm always at the top,
on top,
and I gotta teach people. So I love being in a position where it's like, damn, I gotta humble myself because these niggas are making more bread than me. So I have to really tune in, humble myself, take what they're saying and apply it. Yeah. You know, it's like it's really a great feeling, honestly, to be around people that's like, damn, they make me humble myself because I'm not even at the level of someone that I can reach up and dap up. You know what I'm saying? It's not someone that's across the country or I bought a webinar from. It's like friends that we actually hang out, we hoop, we eat together, whatever. Like
we go on trips.
Yeah, and then we still go and turn up, man. So it's just having that, like anything. Are we still on live? If you can do anything in 2021, man, find a friend group that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Like, because sometimes it's hard to, it's kind of like when you're at the edge of the pool.
Sensitive. You can't be emotional because, bro, if you get called ass, just know you're ass. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But
like,
it's good though.
It's not a bad thing to be ass. You know, it's like a wake up call. Yeah. It's like if you say, yo, Lex, you are ass, I'm like, damn, he's right.
You gotta take it seriously. You cannot just throw the A word out and it not be true. And if you're ass, that means, damn, that means I can get better at something. Back to the drawing board.
Because I mean, it's when you have a good friend group, they're supposed to push you, right? They're not supposed to tell you everything you're doing is great. Yeah. They're not supposed to just be like, oh, Will, that's such a great idea. Like, if you tell me an idea, right, and I know maybe just I have an idea on top of that idea, I should tell you, you know what I mean? Like, me holding it back from you is just, that's fucked up, right? But the reason I'm saying that is because when you have a good friend group, basically they're always going to critique you and just know that you can do something possibly better. You know what I mean?
And that's why I feel like I like like people, obviously as entrepreneurs, we already have like a God complex or we're egotistical to a certain degree. But I have no issue being told when I'm wrong. Like I actually like it because I do. I'm egotistical. So when I'm told that I'm wrong, it's like, damn, this is something where I can actually learn from this experience and do it better next time. It's a humbling experience. And I have no problem with that, but some people do. But what do you guys think, like, because there's definitely some people that have group chats like ours and stuff, but what do you think makes it toxic? Like
a bunch of yes men. That's what makes it toxic.
Other than that, this is the word that I'm looking for. When there's a bunch of people that are eating, maybe even doing better than you, like what trait do you think gets in the way of them all flourishing together?
Envy.
Hatred.
It's envy.
It's kind of the same thing. Jealousy, bro.
It's like when you don't want to see someone doing
Jealousy.
good.
People want to see you do good.
Until you start doing good.
They want to see you doing better, though.
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, I'm glad you're doing well, bro, because I'm still doing better than you. But once someone starts doing better and low broing you, now they got a little attitude. Now they don't want to congratulate you. Now they want to adapt. You know what I'm saying?
But that means you're weak, though.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because, like, here's the thing. I feel like if you're comparing yourself to someone else, you're fucking up. Because you're just, it's kind of like what Lex said. You're just trying to be 1% better than the CHARBEL I was yesterday. But then it's like, if you're not happy for someone's success, then you're not even a real friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you talked about this before. Where it's like when you talk about an idea you're really passionate about, and people almost start getting pissed off that, you got purpose in the world. And they're like, here goes DOOLEY again. Or, yeah, Will's it. And it's like, I hate that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why are we friends? Why do we know each other?
The thing is, I've been that person before, though. Like, back in high school, but I really, I had PTSD from being that person. Like, well, my friends would tell me something good. It was with my friend. Like, I always tell the story, but my friend Alex, like, he was just getting all the girls, bro. In high school, I wasn't getting no chicks, bro. Like, I was like, damn, this man got a new girlfriend every week, bro. I'm not getting no chicks. What's going on? So he would tell me, like, yo, bro, yeah, I'm dating this girl. I'm texting this girl. I would not be happy for him, bro. I'm like, this is my best friend that I love. And I can't even be happy for him because I'm jealous. No, this is no cap, real facts.
I love the honesty.
I'm being dead ass. Like, it's like someone that I love and care about, but I'm so insecure of myself that I can't even be happy for him because of the jealousy that I have. And it's a terrible feeling that way about someone that you have love for. You know what I'm saying? And I really had to break out of that cycle. And because I got a bad girl, luckily, so I flexed on him. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, that's what made me feel better momentarily. But the thing is, I acknowledge that moment. And I vouched to never be that person again.
That was the
bro.
level up right there, though, to even be self-aware enough to analyze the whole situation.
Yeah.
Some people will stay there because they can't even see themselves from another person's point of view, or they can't self-analyze the situation. They're not self-aware enough.
That's what I'm saying. I'm self-aware as fuck, bro. Like, I know, I'm not gonna say I know all my flaws, whatever, but like, I analyze myself very heavily and I try to better myself based off why I'm feeling emotions, how hard I'm feeling them, why I'm feeling them, what can make me feel better or worse. I really try to analyze that, bro, because I'm just, I'm a big mental, health guy. So I try to really ask myself, why am I feeling a certain way? How can I feel better? What makes me feel worse? So I'm always just trying to better myself mentally, because mentally I feel like you live your life through your mental vision.
But I think you attract it, though. Like, for example, if you're a hater, you attract other people who are haters, and then you guys hate together. But if you're succeeding both ways, nothing's stopping it, you're just going to end up attracting people that are also succeeding. And then it's like you kind of start succeeding better and faster because everyone's helping each other out. So it's kind of like there's levels to this shit.
There really are levels. And
like mental levels.
A lot of men. And the crazy thing is we're not even halfway there, bro. Like on the mental level part. Think about being a multi-millionaire. Think how many businesses and employees and taxes and shit that you go through, bro. Like, we're not even mentally prepared for that stuff. Yeah, we're making decent money, for some kids, but we're not even on a mental level to even probably handle the stress of being a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
shit, we got a good start though.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure. Cheers to this year. We started the series.
This is our first podcast without
with no alcohol.
We started the series,
and we dropping fires. So maybe being sober is lit. No, I'm bringing Hennessy next time though.
Look, here's the thing. I love this episode. I feel like we really got to touch on a lot of the emotional side, that I feel like we don't get to talk about as much, but we're hitting an hour right now.
Wow.
And I feel like we got to, for the last like 5-10 minutes, we got to touch a subject.
We got to give some tactical sauce, bro, from each one of our industries.
And then in the last couple minutes, we got to talk about a subject pertaining you two and the future. So that's why you're on that side of the table. Dooley's on this side of the table.
Oh, I know.
Pat's ready to hold Dooley back, right? Hell yeah. Pat's in this bitch. No, but really, this is
going into 2021. Like,
give it to us.
So I'll talk about reselling, e-com, real estate. So just to start off with reselling, I can't predict the future. I don't know if everything's going to be online always. I don't know if you should buy a bot. I don't know. I don't really know, right? But what I could tell you is it's very easy to adapt right now because there's so many people that you can reach out to, especially on Twitter, that they can run you for certain items online. Let's just say PS5s. PS5s are still selling right now. They're always going to sell probably till, I would say, summer 2021, because unlike Georgia, other states are closed right now, meaning other people are buying things online still. We're just blessed right now that most of our city is open. Other places are not open. New York, not open. New Jersey, not open. All these other places, Cali, not open. So we really don't see that. But, when we went to Panama City Beach, like we saw like businesses were closed. It was really empty. So there's definitely people spending bread right now, maybe not here in Atlanta, but outside of the state. So capitalize on that. A lot of people are stuck at home. I know a lot of places are snowing right now up north. So people want that PS5. People want a patio heater. People want things that they could use to cook with. Like that's what people are getting into right now. So these are all items that you can capitalize on. A lot of people are at home watching cooking videos. A lot of people are at home playing video games. And there's just a lot of people at home just wanting to buy stuff. So what's that website? Amazon Movers and Shakers. Yeah. There's always items dropping on there that you could probably figure out, like that you could buy in your local areas. Go out, buy them, sell them on Amazon. Capitalize, send it to FBA. FBA, you'll make more money. And I mean...
See, that's a fat really gem. Can you say that again? Amazon Shakers?
Amazon Movers and Shakers.
Movers and Shakers.
Yeah, if you go on there, you'll see all the hot items that Amazon has sold within the past 24 hours and the rating of that item. So even, let's just say this water bottle right here, green water bottle, let's just use this as an example. Let's say you can't find it in stores. You could probably find a wholesaler online that is selling a green water bottle. And let's just say it's number 2 ranking on drinks or whatever. You can go out, get that product for a wholesale price, list it on Amazon, send it to FBA. Boom, you're capitalizing $10 profit on a green water bottle.
Just like that.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, that's why I feel like reselling right now is as easy as it has ever been, because everything is like there. It's right there in front of you. You just got to use it. But
yeah, for sure. Like he said, if you want to start making money online, I think Amazon's the go-to route right now, just because they have more customers than ever. They're doing more sales than ever. And distributors and brands, they're not doing as many brick and mortar sales right now. So it's actually easier to open up wholesale accounts with them right now. So if you want to get into like Amazon wholesale, now's a good time. And then if you're just someone that's trying to like soak in knowledge from others, Clubhouse, I think it's going to be big. If you don't have a Clubhouse account, get it. Join some rooms, learn some shit. But yeah, Amazon if you want to make money online, Clubhouse if you're trying to learn, and then obviously Shopify dropshipping is still as lucrative as ever. And people aren't spending as much on ads right now, but there's more people on social media than ever. So there's an opportunity right there too to stay in front of people and run Facebook ads for your business.
Hell yeah. Message from the big W. D-Money.
So, yeah, we're talking about some real estate sauce. So for me personally, I think it's just about having like your toolbox. Like what I learned is just having a lot of tools in your toolbox. You know what I'm saying? So, being a real estate agent and a wholesaler and a flipper, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to get into rentals next year as well. Just being able to utilize all those different types of real estate. So if I don't want to ever be able to come across a deal and I can't do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? It might be a deal that I don't like at all. I can wholesale and make 5 bands. It might be a deal that isn't totally destroyed and it's rent ready. I can list it and make my 3%. It might be a deal that's, basically rent ready. I can just buy it, turn it into a turnkey, rent it out. Or it might be a deal that's destroyed. I can make it into a flip, maybe do the bird strategy. So basically I just want to be like full service. I don't want there to ever be a piece of real estate, even land, something that comes across my plate and I can't do something with it. So even if you're not a realtor or a flipper or whatever, you can refer deals to realtors. They'll list it for you. You can make a 25% commission fee. You can bird dog it to a wholesaler and they wholesale it and you make an easy $1,000-$2,000. So my biggest thing is going to 2021 is just going to be ownership. Like I really want to have a rental and I want to do the bird strategy, which I think is the fastest way to become a millionaire in real estate, which is buy, renovate, rent, repeat or something like that. So basically you buy a property, you renovate it. So let's say I buy a property for $100,000. I put $50,000 into it. Now it's worth $200,000. So I can renovate. Now I can rent it out and then refinance. That's the third R, refinance. So now I can take out 75% of that equity. So I'm all in for like 150, right? I have 200,000. I can take out 75% from the bank of that $200,000. So I can use that to pay off my loan, put some money in my pocket, maybe 30, 40 grand, which I probably put in of my own money, maybe about 30, 40 grand to the deal. So now I've basically renovated a house, I'm renting it out, I'm getting cash flow, and I refinanced it and took all the money out that I put into it and put it back in my pocket. Now I can use it to buy another property and do the exact same thing. So it's basically like flipping a house because you're making 30, 40 grand or whatever. And then you're also renting it out and keeping it. Because every time I wholesale a deal, make 5, 10 bands, it's done. I got to do it again. Every time I flip a house, sell it, buy it, whatever, I got to do it again. But with this strategy, you can make the same profits or similar, but also keep that property. And that's how your net worth goes crazy when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses in the hood that are worth $200K a pop. And when you want to sell them all in 10 years, they're paid down 80% from your renters. That's how you have $1 million liquid or now $1 million in real estate. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is going to be to not just do all the flashy stuff, selling, making 5, 10K, but really holding on to property and taking care of my net worth and my future, and not just thinking so short term, make liquid capital flex, more like I need assets type thing. So I think just having that, I'm not saying wholesaling or flipping is bad, obviously I'm still going to do it, but I think just thinking in the future to that degree is going to be super important, especially going into 2021 when I think that prices are going to be lower because of the ongoing COVID thing. So
hell yeah.
That's what we popping off all 2021.
I love it. Well, on my side, we got, more episodes on the way, a lot of projects in the work, but I just want to take a quick moment and, address an issue, the elephant in the room. Someone here is asked who it is. I don't know.
Not me.
Not me.
What's going on?
Hey, man, all I'm going to say is...
Look, bro, I started my fitness journey, 3 months ago? And just know, Dooley called me out. He swears that he could box me, and basically next
this
year,
man
I guess.
Think going to the basketball court twice a week gonna make him a better boxer. I actually have a boxing. I have 3 KOs under my belt. Like I'm different.
So what's the date?
He was fighting people from Shiloh. Let me repeat.
Okay.
Shiloh High
and you're
School.
hooping against niggas from Collin Hill.
If you want to search that up, if you want to search where Shiloh High School is, just search that up on Google.
They got cement for hands out there,
No.
boy. It's different out there, boy.
No.
So when's the date? What are we looking at? Is it serious or are we bullshitting? Because I think it could,
Dooley's bullshit.
I think it could,
I'm the one that challenged him. And
I
this
think
is the
it could
man
be
that went on Instagram jump rope with like a Keela and the Bee. So, I mean, y'all tell me, I'm out here going crazy. You don't even have the freaking boxing pads at goddamn LA Fitness.
you gotta send me that video.
Crazy.
All right. So what's the date? What's the training look like? Because each one of y'all got to train. How many rounds? Actually, I'll decide that.
Yeah, that's in the works right now.
But really, what are you guys thinking? What are y'all thinking? What's an honest date? Like 2 months?
So, I don't know.
Like,
2-3 months.
maybe like March, February 2021.
Yeah.
I'm saying we'll have a date.
And basically,
hopefully by the
what
end
we're
of the
gonna
year.
do is we're gonna make an Instagram. You gotta follow the Instagram, but in order to follow that Instagram, you have to request, and then I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it's
to
gonna
where,
be like
you
to
watch it.
enter the Instagram.
It's just gonna be something
You gotta
fun.
buy a ticket,
But
right?
just know dude's getting knocked.
And the fight will be on IG Live.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
so let's say, yeah, so you gotta, to follow the page, that's your ticket. So you gotta pay your ticket, you know what I'm saying, pay-per-view, whatever. And then we're going to go live, and obviously everyone on that page can see the live. So if you pay your ticket.
if you're on live right now, who would win in a fight, me or
do we have
Dooley?
do we have-
Boxing.
do we have
fight.
people on the live right now?
Boxing
Yo,
fight.
while they're fighting, we're gonna be commentating.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a commentator, we're gonna have a ring, and we're gonna be doing some charity event. We're gonna do maybe a little bit of proceeds to to breast cancer or something like that. I need some
I
bread in
don't
my
know.
pocket too. But it's gonna be lit, man. But it's gonna be all fun. It's gonna be cool. I'm assuming we should wear the head guard thing. 'Cause I don't want to
No,
Don't
we're
wear
wearing
that.
headgear.
Because I don't want to
See this?
You don't want to wear head guards. Wait, you don't want to wear them?
No, we're not.
No, you got to. You got to.
Bet.
You got to. You don't want to break. No one wants to break their
Y'all not
nose,
wearing gloves either.
bro.
Southpaw.
Yo, Will's dangerous, bro. Don't fuck with
MMA?
Will. Don't
All
fuck.
right, but no.
Look, here's
It'll
the
be
thing.
somewhere.
More
February,
details
March.
coming.
Yeah.
Just know it's gonna be the first 3 or 4 months of 2021. And it's gonna be lit. So more details coming soon.
Hey.
The poster's coming out soon. Dooley versus Lex boxing match 2021. A lot of people got their money on me. You're smart. So if y'all want to double down, I'm taking all bets.
Hey, here's the thing, right? Dooley left his phone on the table. Lex resold it. The beef is real. I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in. We started this fucking series this year. We're ending it out with a bang. We got hella energy for new episodes 2021. But I say we're lit. We started it. We
Wi-Fi
started
lit.
it. We Wi-Fi
Yes,
lit.
sir.
It's been a good year.
Hey, man.
Hey, we're
Great
gonna
episode.
be on Clubhouse from now on too.
Catch us
Yeah.
on Clubhouse.
We'll be doing episodes just like this, but on Clubhouse
Yeah,
with
so
us
Short
as, like,
clips during the
moderators.
day.
Yeah, we're gonna find a way to put these live on Clubhouse as well. So
Hell yeah. Well, hey, just like every other time, my name's CHARBEL Milan. Today we got,
Agent Dooley.
William Rivera.
Alexis Montoya.
and this has been a Time Shared Series Episode 6, Wi-Fi Lit. Let's get it.
We out.